Hey friends, it's Ken Sisson coming to you today to do the Sherman Oaks current market update. Today is April 13th. We just did the Studio City neighborhood market update, and I've got to tell you, there's some similarities between the two neighborhoods. They are indeed right next door to each other. We will get right into it. I'll pull up the computer screen as far as the screen share for the MLS here. And let's go in there right now. Okay, so we've got 140 active listings in Sherman Oaks. 100 that have sold since January 13th, so over the past 3 months. So that's a run rate of about 33 closings occurring per month. And right now in escrow, we have a total of 50 between what's under contract and what's pending sale. So similar story. Now, Sherman Oaks is a much larger neighborhood than Studio City is. So naturally, there's going to be more inventory, right? So the 140, I'd actually expect to see right now at this time of the year, a little bit more than 140. Probably a healthier run would be about 160-ish, maybe even 170 properties on the market. And that would be more in line with having 50 that are pending sale in escrow right now, in comparison to what we saw in Studio City. But when you break down the numbers, inventory is still relatively tight, particularly for the size of the Sherman Oaks neighborhood. We'll get into a little bit more as far as what that story tells us. Interesting thing, we do have 3 listings that are coming soon to the market. I'll just briefly highlight those. We also, if I click on this one, MLS exclusive. Now, there weren't any MLS exclusive, MLS off-market properties, so properties that aren't going to show publicly but will show to agents on the MLS. These properties are available for sale. They're just private listings. So there are 3 of those in the Sherman Oaks neighborhood right now. So that's important to note. I'll leave that unchecked because that is private information. So if you do want some more information on private off-market listings, definitely reach out and give me a call. Also, please like and subscribe to the video so that you do get updates when I post a new update, market update or interpretation for you. You'll be notified, so please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel in order to get those notifications. All right, let's uncheck the MLS exclusive. And, let's see here. So the 140 homes on the market does not include the 6 total that are MLS exclusives or coming soon. Let's look at demand. And what do we have here? So with the 100 that have sold, like I said, the 33 closed listings per month on a run rate, what would that indicate? That would indicate we've got less than 5 months, somewhere around 4 months of inventory, worth of inventory on the market. But if we go ahead and add up the under contract and the pending sales that are in escrow right now, that's 50. So assuming all of those close, and about half of them are pending sales, so that means they have their contingencies removed and are gearing up and getting ready to close. That would be less than 3 months of inventory that's currently on the market, which is a seller's market by definition. So we can see, much like Studio City and the update that we did for Studio City and the market interpretation for the neighboring neighborhood, we have definitely picked up steam as far as offers being made on properties. We still have some that are sitting, and the market in Sherman Oaks, much like Studio City, is also segmented from the perspective of price range. So your properties between $1 million to $1.5 million or $1 million to $2 million are going to sell the fastest. And your properties from $2 million to $3 million are also in a sweet spot as it relates to the neighborhood of Sherman Oaks. You get above $3 million though, or you close in on $3 million and above, you're going to sit longer on the market. Really, the moral of the story is it's super important to price your property correctly if you're selling a home. So yeah, I mean, if you want to understand what's happening in a given market, you really have to look at the most current data. We've been in an environment now where comparable sales get really, really stale fairly quickly. If you're going to go back 9 months or a year, and in some cases you have to because it's a real specialized property. No two properties are really exactly alike in Sherman Oaks or in Studio City for that matter. Anywhere in the neighborhood, it's not an area of tract homes, cookie cutter type homes. They are unique. So you sometimes do have to go back, but you have to make certain adjustments for the sake of doing so or having to do so. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and go in here and view some listings with you. Oh, wait, what I want to do before going there is uncheck our sold listings. We only want to look at active and coming soon here. So let's get rid of the solds and the pendings. And now we can view listings, make sure that this is, yep, we've got it sorted. So here to 0 days, I left pending in there. Let's see, let's get rid of pending. And we'll go view listings now. All right, so we have the ones that are 0 days on market. Those are your coming soon listings here. We have 4332 Sunny Slope. We'll go in and look at the details on these. So these will be on the market. The anticipated date on market for 4332 Sunny Slope, which is going to be list price at around $1,650,000. The expected date on the market for this property is April 19th. So within the next week, this is anticipated to be active and on the market. Then we go to the next one, which is going to be 5035 Greenbush in Sherman Oaks. List price is anticipated to be at $1,775,000 and expected to be on the market active on April 15th, this Wednesday, tax day. And then the third coming soon listing is 3905 Pacheco Drive, anticipated to be list price at $1,795,000, and the expected on-market date is a month away. So this is an interesting property on the hillside here. Okay, so let's go back to our one-line report. There's a couple of houses here that definitely caught my eye. This was listed 1 day ago. So we have 3493 Valley Meadow Road, and shows as a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, 3,311 square feet. List price per square foot is $1,055.57, which is a little above average. Now, I want to mention about value per square foot or dollar per square foot as a pricing methodology. It's a really flawed pricing methodology. It's basically what all the algorithms for your automated valuation systems are going to use. Think of the one that starts with Z. Think of, a lot of the automated valuation things that you're going to see on various different websites or that lenders are using. It's really just a litmus test. You cannot accurately take a square footage of a home, multiply it by a given dollar per square foot, and effectively or accurately calculate what the value of that home is. There are so many variables involved with this, and this is why we see the automated valuations come up being really, really flawed at times. But anyway, it is a litmus test, so there are use cases for it, and I can go into that in greater detail on another video. So the lot size here for 3493 Valley Meadow Road is 37,066. Not quite sure how much of that is flat. It is on the hillside here in Sherman Oaks, so south of the boulevard. And let's take a look at some of the pictures of this house. Really looks like a classic architectural mid-century. This is really beautiful. Wow, yeah. I love the way these homes do fit into the hillside in various hillside neighborhoods. Oh my goodness, I'm getting pop-ups here like crazy. Hopefully that doesn't continue. You have a good bit of flat area here, a pool, nice backyard. secluded. Yeah, this is great. I see why it fits into this price range of nearly 3.5 million. You know, some parts of this you could see, okay, this could be restored a bit more back to its original glory days, but which would be amazing to do. So you have these rice paper. They look like they're rice paper kind of dividers here. It's probably just frosted glass, but that just goes. It's always been my opinion that those go so awesome in these classic mid-century design homes. All right. Let's move on and take a look at, I'll go to the one-line report here. Why don't we take a look at 14440 Valley Vista Drive. It's been on the market for 4 days. And it is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath house, which is actually 2 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom, and 1 3/4 bath. 2,529 square feet on the house, 8,707 on the lot size. And again, Valley Vista Boulevard is south of the boulevard in Sherman Oaks. It's not high up on the hillside, though. Valley Vista is perched just above Ventura Boulevard, so it's really convenient and a fantastic area to be. The list price per square foot on this one is $790.43. So that seems like it falls right into, the litmus test zone where it's like, okay, this is a really good listing price for this property at $1,999,000. Might even be a little on the aggressive side. And it's right in the sweet spot as far as list price ranges. So where we're really seeing the most activity in the local Sherman Oaks market, this is right there. Let's take a look at some of the pictures of 14440 Valley Vista Boulevard. Great curb appeal from the front. Got a pool in the backyard here. It looks like this is either a garage or it might have been converted to a pool house. It's going to be a corner lot, actually. Yeah, it's a corner lot here. So your garage entry is on the adjoining street here. Let's see what else. Nicely, I think it's a staged property. Nice kitchen remodel. In those front rooms, some of the furniture might be a little bit big. Yeah, and even back here in this bedroom, it looks a little bit cramped with the furnishings that they chose here. But all in all, it's clean. Kitchen is nicely updated. Like I said, the bathrooms have been updated at some point in time. You got the backyard with the pool, and oh, look at that little gym in the attic space, probably of the garage. Little grassy area up above. That's cool. Little grassy area. You've got kind of a view of the mountaintops over the house. But yeah, this price of $1,999,000 I think is great for this house on Valley Vista Boulevard, so conveniently located, and close to everything in the East Valley. This should sell pretty quickly. We'll have to check back and see. All right, let's go back to the one-line report, and why don't we take a look at one more house? Let's go in the higher end. Let's go for 4115 Ventura Canyon Avenue. Looks like this might be a new construction. Yeah, built in 2025. So it's 5 bedrooms, 7 baths, listed at $6,995,000. 5,369 square foot house on an 8,827 square foot lot. List price dollar per square foot on this one is $1,302.85. Kind of in the zone of where we're seeing these new constructions show up these days. Let's see. Let's take a look at some of the pictures of this house. Got 41 pictures. We won't go through all of them. I'll spare you. But great curb appeal, modern, sleek lines, one of those interesting staircases. And I don't really like that too much, but let's move forward here and see. Wow, look at that stove. How cool is that? And you can fill your pots and pans. I mean, all modern amenities are going to be in these new construction homes. And then a lot of them have this feature. Let me go back. A lot of them have this feature with the sliders that go directly from the living room out to the backyard. You could just open up the whole thing and have a great indoor-outdoor feel. Interesting choice of colors in some areas of the home. Honestly, I've got to say some of the pictures are like really, really dark. You go you go and take a look at some of these houses, and it's like, wow, pictures didn't do this house justice. And a lot of times that is because the photos online, they show just being really dark, and they would benefit a lot in many cases from being brightened up a lot. But let's see here. Be interesting to see what happens with this one, because like we were saying, the market is price sensitive. Okay, so homes are selling in the lower end of the range. It's still difficult to find in Sherman Oaks a home that's listed below $1 million. They do pop up. A lot of times they're really, really small, or they need a ton of work. $1 million to $2 million, it gets snapped up very, very quickly. $2 million to $3 million is really the sweet spot as far as the neighborhood of Sherman Oaks right now. You go above $3 million, you're going to sit a little bit longer on the market. It's going to take a little bit more time. The higher end, typically, those are the ones that we're seeing sitting on the market the longest. As far as the segmentation goes, it's real. It definitely, we're dealing with several different markets within the market. Now, as you go into luxury in general in Los Angeles itself, you do have a market that's been really, really active, actually, for dating back to last year, when last year began. I did an update. I wrote an article about that last year that got a lot of traction. It's on my website, so you can look it up, and I'm probably due to do another one of those, and I'll probably do a video to support it as well. But, on the higher end, you want your listing to, if you're selling a home on the high end, you want your listing to stand out for sure. Curb appeal, digital curb appeal is incredibly important across the board. But if you're thinking about buying or selling in Sherman Oaks, it's really important to understand where your home or where your target is in the grand scheme of the market segmentation, and to know exactly what's happening in that segment of the market. So I'd be happy to break it down for you if you have any interest at all in hearing some real solid details about where things stand. And there are no general pieces of advice these days that fit all. Everything is really specific. So, as far as what is your situation, what are you trying to accomplish? And really breaking that out, coming up with some real specifics and some real data behind it, and real data that's been harmonized to reflect exactly what's happening and exactly what strategy needs to be employed, or exactly how to navigate the market to suit you best. So that's what I do, and I'd be happy to help you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And again, go ahead and like and subscribe, and you'll be notified when I do post new videos and new updates. Thanks for tuning in, and look forward to talking to you soon.